Hey everyone, Matt Cannon here with bodybuildingpro.com, here at the 2012 Arnold Classic Expo in Columbus, Ohio. I am here with 2011 NPC Nationals third in the heavyweight class, Brad Rowe. So Brad, tell us a little bit about first that contest and what you thought of your placing and what your next show will be to attempt to turn pro.
I was really excited with what happened at Nationals. I had done North Americans, which was my first national show in September, and I had a diet mishap, and I ended up losing 35 pounds in 11 days. I looked like Skeletor. I placed 16th, which was not what I was looking for my first, national showing. So I jumped back on the horse, and I ended up prepping for Nationals, picked up Chris Cormier as a trainer, and came in and did what I expected to do at North Americans, placing in the top 3. So I was very happy with my placing there.
Sorry, was it North Americas?
No, I did North Americans and Nationals.
Oh, so you placed third in a...
16th at North Americans in September, and then bounced back and got third at Nationals in the heavyweights.
Yeah, I thought it was third at Nationals. Tell me about the 16th. Do you feel that you were, let's just say, do you feel that the judging decision was correct one in North Americas?
Oh, without a doubt. I looked horrible. It was... my conditioning was crazy. My dietitian was on the West Coast, on the East Coast. I was on the West Coast. And I was just getting over dieted. I was doing so much cardio, just not taking enough food. I was melting away. And then I ended up missing a flight to fly to Cleveland, and that's messed up my meal schedule because I only packed so much food. I got dehydrated on the plane, and it just started a catastrophe where I dropped a ridiculous amount of weight in a short period of time. So I looked like Skeletor. I mean, I had the shape and the conditioning and the size as a full, when I was full, to be in the top 5. But with everything that happened, I looked ridiculous. So I needed to come back at Nationals and prove that I was one of the top competitors, myself and everybody else and for Universal. So we jumped back at it, and I made the improvements that I needed to do and came in nice and full for, for Nationals. And
well, it's funny. Earlier on, I talked to a Canadian pro, Arnold. He placed 13th at the North America, then won the pro show in Canada, the CBBF. Now, the most important show is the Nationals. If you place third there, basically people can forget your North America placing because Nationals is the most competitive, and for you to place third, you're obviously gunning now to turn pro. That could happen probably this year, 2012. For some bodybuilders, you can tell they're a small, dainty frame with a lot of muscle built on it. You look to me like you would be big no matter what. So would you say that you're a classic mesomorph structure and that you, even as Skeletor, you still are pretty big?
Yeah, I weighed in at 207 at North Americans, and my weight at Nationals was 225 on the dot. So, just everything just sucked out of my face. My chest was real flat. I mean, I looked good, for a competitor, but I didn't look anywhere near what my frame can hold. So that's what I meant by that. My face was just so sucked in and dehydrated. That's the Skeletor aspect of it.
Well, sometimes conditioning wins shows, but to me, you look like you could be a super heavy, and you look like you have the frame for it. Maybe you turn pro at heavyweight and then compete later on as a super heavy. And speaking of strength, I see that there's a lot of activity here in the animal booth and a lot of like body weight for bench press with your body weight, that kind of thing. Tell me about your strength. You look like you're a strong guy. That doesn't always show the big picture, but would it be right to say that you are as strong as you look?
Yeah, I had kind of a powerlifting background. I was a college football player, so my whole training regimen from high school on was, bigger, stronger, faster. So it was always how much can you squat, how much can you bench, and I love that. It plays into the whole male ego thing, and you're gonna kind of put yourself in check as a bodybuilder because that doesn't really translate into being a great bodybuilder, how strong you are. But I still got pretty good strength. Today we just did a charity event for bench your own body weight, and I was weighing about 245 right now, and I got 25 reps, and I ended up having a slight pec tear or strain, so I racked it. But last week when I was doing practice, I got for 42, so I was gunning for about 45 to 50 today, which is pretty strong. And my squats are crazy. I mean, I hadn't squatted since September, and I got back into it last week, and I did 405 for 25 on my first working set, and did 2 more sets of 20 after that. So my legs are crazy strong, and I always have it. But I try not to push myself too much. I try to just do lighter weight, higher rep, and focus on the contraction now, because I end up hurting myself. And
well, I think honestly, Brad, by the sounds of things, is as strong as he looks. And I have to say, if you want to turn pro, obviously, and that's your goal, and I think you could do it this year even, you could get injured if you lift too heavy, and it depends how bad you want to. Some people, they love the numbers, they love getting stronger, but we've seen Dorian, we've seen Arani, what that could lead to sometimes. And, I think you have enough size to already turn pro. I think it'll just be a matter of refinement on the day of the contest. If you get your condition, if you nail it, you'll probably turn pro this year. Obviously it depends on your competition, but I don't think you need more size. Do you really want to risk it by not showing off so much, but by doing numbers that are going to be conducive to getting stronger, not necessarily to bodybuilding? This isn't powerlifting after all, and you don't want to go and tear something. Brad, everything looks really good here, and obviously fans are going to want to be able to reach you outside of just the expos. Not everyone can come here. How would your fans find you if they wanted to go find you on the internet, email, anything along those lines?
You can find me on Facebook at Brad Rowe. I have both a public page and my private page set up as well. But you can also go to bradrowefits.com. And I have my personal website there. You can contact me for training or dietitian services. And you can email me at brad@bradrowefit.com for any questions.
Well, guys, I will make sure to link all of Brad Rowe's, all of Brad's contact information so that if you want to get a hold of him, you can find him. With Facebook, it makes it very easy these days. With how Brad's looking and how we looked in the past year, I'd have to say Nationals is a very competitive show. But to be top 3 already means that he's obviously one of the guys gunning for the title that's in the judges' mind right now. And as long as he continues on this path, I could see him turning pro this year. Brad, I want to say thank you for having the interview with me for bodybuildingpro.com. I imagine that as long as you don't get injured and as long as your conditioning's good, as long as everything is smooth sailing, we could see you there this year turning pro. So after that, do you want to go anywhere beyond that?
Yeah, definitely. My goal was going in before I got hurt was to do USAs. Hopefully earn my pro card if I'm blessed enough to in July. And then I was going to look to probably take a year and a half off and just slowly add on the size to be competitive.
The 212 class would be kind of light for you, I think, given that you can hold a lot more size. So would you want to be an open pro?
Oh, yeah, I definitely have to be an open. I mean, I was stepping on stage at Nationals at 225. I could have been a little leaner and drier, but at 212, I'd look too small. So, I mean, I should be I have the legs of a super heavyweight. My upper body, my back needs some development, so I could definitely use a year and a half at least to just slowly add the size. So I'm not stressing my tendons and ligaments out too much by trying to pack on 20-something pounds in 1 year. So I'm gonna try to be cautious about it and take my time and see where things take me in this industry.
You are super heavy. I think if you want to turn pro in another class, that's fine, but ultimately you're super heavy. No matter how you cut it. I mean, people turn pro at one thing, but you're super heavy. Anyway, guys, Brad Rowe, it's nice to talk with him here. I think he will do very well, so expect a lot from him. Expect to see him this year at the National Pro Qualifying events. So everyone, here with Brad Rowe, 2012 Arnold Classic in Columbus, Ohio.
Thank you very much, guys.